It's just interesting to me, though, how the covenants and covenant making was so integral to everything that, the Lord did with throughout the Old Testament, and that in the New Testament, he was the ultimate fulfillment of those covenants. But as you just said, was not saying, okay, those covenants are done away, that they no longer are needed. I am fulfilling them, but they're not done away. And yet we see throughout Christianity today no desire for, or no seeking after these covenants of old that the Lord has offered. And it's just so curious to me, because for our faith, making a sacred covenant with the Lord and the power that comes from that is everything. I mean, that is everything. And it's really fascinating to me how we have derived our entire faith, based on the power of the covenant making we get to enter into. And other Christian faiths, I'm not quite sure what they do with that or how they deal with that, other than to say, I guess it's been fulfilled and is no longer necessary.
Well,
they
just say Christ is the new covenant, and you enter in through his blood. That the blood of Christ is the new covenant, but they don't actually put any structure or organization around establishing that covenant relationship, other than
the ordinances
the
associated
faith and
to
the
that.
relationship with Christ.
Yeah. They don't have a good cult set up yet to administer those covenant. I'm just kidding, but
Yeah.
but it's a good point, though, that I think even maybe you're right. Maybe they do recognize that the covenant is important, and yet further another example of what happens when you don't have priesthood keys. They have no idea and no understanding or awareness of how would one even begin to administer a covenant like this. Yeah.
Well, it's because all you have to go on is some writings from Paul. He talks about grace. He talks about the blood of Christ, right? Assuming his audience has a deeper understanding of the covenant relationship and of the formal structure of religion of the day. And it's just through the years of apostasy, right, that the deeper and nuanced understandings of the cultic nature of the Lord's religion has been lost. I mean, it's not a coincidence that the oldest branch of Christianity that dates back closest to the first century, right, Catholicism, is the most cultic Christian religion there is.
Yeah, the rituals, right?
Because you see that early Christianity, like the symbolism and the ordinance aspect, the liturgy was important. It was important to first century early Christians, because like that's how they were. That's how they established their covenant relationships through Christ. And then, Protestantism came along and just said, I don't know what they said, but they said a lot of things.
We don't need that anymore.
They got rid of all of it, and then Joseph Smith was like, "You're both wrong.
You're both. We're gonna make this great again. We're gonna bring it back.
Make cults great again." This is what I'm saying.
Oh. The comments this time are going to be outstanding.
That's my meme, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.